Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Got a new one for you today. It's a Rossignol Arcade 88W. This is the first year of the W series, the women's versions of the Arcade skis, and they are really strong and really powerful. And we noticed that about the Arcade 88 on the men's side. All of that carries through to the women's ski as well. Seems to be a slightly thinner wood core profile. Other than that, same construction, overall shape and style of ski. But it's a great all-mountain option, especially if you're looking for more of a pure carving ski with a wider bodied footprint. There aren't a lot of skis out there. Usually when skis get to that 88, 90 millimeter range, we're looking at more all-mountain versatility, maybe some free ride influence brought in. Not the Arcade 88. This thing still really looks like a frontside ski. Not a lot of taper, not a lot of rocker, and a stiff overall build. So there's definitely some hefty carving prowess going on in this ski. Great for advanced and expert level skiers. I think that the weight and the flex take it out of that intermediate range and put it more into a skilled skier zone. It is built with a poplar wood core. We get 2 sheets of metal here, so there's a lot going on. They use a pretty thick wood core in this ski as well. And then we kind of get a mix of air tip and vibration absorption in the shovel just to keep things a little bit quieter and easier in the tips. And then they also get line control technology, so another strip of ABS material that runs vertically through the center spine of the ski, prevents counterflexing and really keeps it nice and quiet and smooth throughout. This is the 170 here, and these are about as stiff as skis get in an all-mountain range. If you're not used to a stiffer ski, be ready because these things are quite sturdy. And on the scale, pretty hefty too, 1,950 grams, pretty close to approaching that 2,000 gram mark. And that just delivers a ton of power and really good control when you're up on edge. You kind of have to adhere to the ski's shape and profile in order to maximize the potential of the performance here. There's not a lot of freestyle or creativity going on here. What this thing is built to do is what it likes to do, and it's pretty tricky to break free from that. But for making short to medium range linked carved turns, it's tough to do better than an Arcade 88W. Shape and profile wise, it is that 88 underfoot. We're getting a 14 meter turn radius here. And it's interesting making a ski that's this stiff adhere to a 14 meter arc because it takes some time to get it to bend. So by that time, you're already kind of invested in the turn. If it were softer and easier to access that radius, then there'd be a lot more chances of success for a progressing intermediate skier. But you really need to know how to kind of pressure the front of your boot, and you need to know how to engage the tip and the shovel of the ski and get this thing up on a high edge angle relatively quickly in order to get that full 14 meter arc. Otherwise, it's pretty much going to take you for a ride. Lots of positive camber underfoot. It is physically difficult to decamber the ski with your hands, and that's kind of a tell that this is a performance-based ski for sure. And then not a lot of rocker going on. When you decamber it moves out a little bit, but the contact point is pretty high up on the ski, and really no taper here as well. So a long effective edge, short radius, stiff flex, pretty tough to access it. But if you do, you're going to be rewarded with some amazing energy. I mean, they are just astoundingly strong. And then pretty low rocker in the tail, not very long, and not a lot of splay here. So it's gonna cover the ground really well, but there's not a lot of creativity going on here. You're pretty well locked into the turn shape and style. We do have some tester feedback from Allery Sullivan, who calls it carvy. Great for all mountain carving. Makes quick turns edge to edge when on the groomers and powers through the crud when you aren't on the groomers. I think that crud and chop, that softer snow power is a big selling point here. If you're in an area where you end up having to deal with kind of manky snow that used to be groomers, that's where an Arcade 88 is just a ton of fun, because it's able to play with that softer snow due to the width and then just absolutely bust through it because of the stronger construction. So I think there's a big application there for kind of, day-old groomers, stuff like that, where you're not dealing with, a purely smooth, firm snow, but you're dealing with some type of chopped up or variable or degraded snow conditions. That's where the ski really comes in handy, because it is just so powerful. But that's it. Stoked on the new Rossignol Arcade 88W. Make sure to check this ski out here at SkiEssentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.